Okay, so what is the solution to cancel culture? This is it. I'll tell you what it is. I've told you this before. I'll say it again. I'll keep saying it. The only way to stop cancel culture, the only way to stop the mob, is to never apologize to it, to give it nothing, to make no concessions, to offend it on purpose just out of principle, and to laugh in its face. That's it. That's the solution. There is no other solution. If you don't like that solution, okay, well, but that's the only one. There isn't another one. This is a battle of wills. This is one side trying to impose itself, exercise its power, punish dissent, get vengeance, revenge. You don't deal with people like that who have those kinds of intentions by being polite and saying, now, guys, I understand where you're coming from, and your concerns are so legitimate and important. And before I say anything else, here are a number of issues I agree with you on. And in fact, I agree with you on almost everything when it comes down to it, because you're very brilliant and insightful people. And I wouldn't say anything about you that would be personally critical. And I care so much about your feelings. Your feelings are so important to me on such a deep and visceral level. But now that I've said all that, can I please allow me to present an argument explaining why, from my perspective, there's blah, 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 blah. No. What do you think that's going to achieve? They aren't interested in that. They don't care. They want you to cut to the chase. Are you going to bow, bend the knee, surrender, give up, or not? That's all they care about. Your choices are either to do what they want or not. And if not, then defiance, resilience, and firmness are the only other options. You beat an opponent by taking away whatever power it has over you. You have to neutralize it. There can't be any. Here's the other thing about, well, why can't we have compromise and discussion? Well, you're not going to compromise with someone. They're not going to compromise with you if they think they can get everything they want anyway. Compromise only happens when both parties involved in the compromise realize that they're not going to get everything they want. And so they have no choice but to compromise. A compromise that someone does or agrees to when they don't have to because they could get everything they want, that's not a compromise, that's charity. And if you're looking for charity from the cancel culture mob, then you're really stupid. But a compromise is something that if an opponent, doesn't matter whether we're on a battlefield or negotiating a salary in your boss's office, whatever it is, there's only going to be a compromise or negotiation if the person you're dealing with realizes they're not going to get everything they want. If you've made it clear if you've made it clear to them that they can get everything they want, why they're not going to compromise with? Why should they? As long as the opponent has power over you, it will achieve victory after victory. It will never compromise because there's no reason to. Why compromise when you can have an unconditional surrender instead? Why take only some when you can have everything? So that's why you have to take away the power. How do you take away power from the cancel culture mob? Well, by neutralizing its weapon. And its weapon is primarily emotional. The mob says it feels deeply hurt, deeply offended, terribly injured by whatever opinion or idea you expressed, and they need all kinds of things to be done to make them feel better. It's nonsense, of course. It's nothing but a ploy. It's manipulation. It's blackmail. But most of the time, the target of this manipulation will say, oh, I'm so sorry I made you feel that way. Please don't be mad at me. Please don't be mad at me. I'm so sorry. No, the way you neutralize that weapon, take away that power, is by saying, I don't care how you feel. I don't apologize to you. Your feelings are irrelevant to me. I don't care if you have PTSD for the rest of your life because of what I said. I'll sleep like a baby tonight anyway. In fact, I'll laugh at you. I'm happy about it. I'm happy I upset you. I don't care about your feelings. And I'm not going to explain myself either. Don't like what I said? Deal with it. It's your problem. It's not mine. Like, get the hell out of my face. Now, of course, if only a few people are dealing with the mob this way, then the mob will be able to continue on basically unimpeded. And it will often probably be able to punish those few dissenters, punish them for their defiance by taking away their job and their livelihood and whatever else. That's the way it always goes. If only a few people have the guts to stand up to a bully, then they're especially when they're so outnumbered, then they're going to pay a price for that. But there always have to be some people who will lead by example. If enough people deal with the mob like this, then they'll be defeated. Because that's the thing. They only have the power we give them. When someone is using emotional blackmail, it's not like they're using physical weapons. Well, in fact, the mob is using physical weapons, increasingly so. And the more that they're emboldened, the more that they will do so. But most of the time when we're talking about cancel culture, it's a weapon that has to be given to them. It's an emotional weapon. Emotional blackmail. If you don't care about their feelings, if enough people don't care about their feelings, then they got nowhere else to go. All they can do is put their tail between their legs and go home and shut up. That's the only solution. This video is sponsored by BlinkSale, the revolutionary invoicing software for contractors and small businesses. Spend less time billing and more time making bank with BlinkSale. Get a free trial at the link in the video description.